What's going on, guys? Your boy Joey 672 coming to you guys with a video right now. So I want to talk about Boston Scott, okay? We kind of got to see a glimpse of Boston Scott like the last month of the season last year when we had to win out of the NFC East to win the NFC East, and he showed up, okay? Boston Scott is like pretty much another Darren Sproles 2.0. Like, maybe not in his prime, but same size, big lower body, use him in open space. And it really worked out pretty damn well. And this is when Jordan Howard had the stinger injury since the Bears game. He missed about 6-7 weeks because of it. And honestly, you know, we lost Darren Sproles early in the year, and honestly, we really didn't have anything else. And I thought in 2019, that preseason, Boston Scott really played well. And I'm watching some of the preseason games he was in. He ran the ball pretty damn good, okay? This is a guy that was on the Saints practice squad, mostly for kick returns, punt returns. I forgot what else he did. Didn't really get much playing time, but the Eagles gave him a chance, and he just lit it up. I know it was against the NFC East, but you know what? I'm a big fan of Boston Scott. I really am. Guy is very sneaky. He's slippery, and you know what? When he can be physical too. He can be very physical coming over the line. And you know what, Miles Sanders, you know, you want to take a little bit of pressure off Miles Sanders, you know what I mean? You want to have another kind of 1-2 punch. Now, I still think that the Eagles need to address a bruiser back. I know they have Elijah Holyfield. I know that, you know, they could get maybe somebody in the draft in the later rounds, kind of be that bruiser. But, you know, Jordan Howard signed with the Miami Dolphins, got a lot of money, and unfortunately, he didn't come back. So we're kind of stuck right now with Miles Sanders and Boston Scott. We really don't have that heavy runner like we did in LeGarrette Blount in 17 and then switching to Jordan Howard for the year. So haven't had that, don't have that right now. Don't know if the Eagles are going to have a guy like that in the back. Obviously, they signed Elijah Holyfield at the end of pretty much the year when the season was over. You know, and, you know, the guy's not fast or whatnot, but, you know, he's... You know, they're going to see what he's all about. They're going to see what he's got. So I think they kind of didn't really want to put their money towards that position too much. I think they'd rather go draft a guy or maybe just say, hey, we'll give this guy a chance to see what happens. Then if they have to dip into the free agent market for a heavy back, they can. But at the same time, Boston Scott, man, electrifying. This is a guy that was undrafted. I forgot when he was. I forgot when. I think he was either undrafted or he was a 6th-round pick or whatever. I mean, the guy was nothing special. Has been on practice squad, and that was pretty much it. I mean, I love the way Boston Scott. I mean, pretty much. You give the ball to him in open space, and he's pretty much gone. I mean, you know what I mean? He's you know, he's not going to get you a home run every time, but the guy gets he gets big chunk yards in open space. You know, Miles Sanders needs the pressure off him. You know what I mean? I have no problem with Miles Sanders whatsoever. I think he's going to be a really good back in this league. I think he would have had over 1,000 yards if he stayed with the, you know, pretty much the whole season with the Eagles. You know, if they used him at the beginning of the year, then yeah, you know, he probably would have had 1,000 yards, over 1,000 yards rushing. But unfortunately, the Eagles made a lot of mistakes and didn't play. You know, I mean, you draft this guy in the 2nd round and you don't even play him at the beginning of the year. Didn't give him that many snaps. Jordan Howard was kind of, you know, their niche with Jordan Howard was another thing as well. But when Boston Scott came in, my God, I mean, it is just unfair. It's unmatched. You put him in the backfield if a linebacker's watching out for him. I mean, you put him in the passing game. That's where he's very effective too. Like I said, you got Deshaun Jackson on the field and whoever else you have in this offense, you know, offensive line, it blocks really well. And, you know, Carson Wentz extends plays. Boston Scott could be a damn star in this backfield, okay? And you put, you know, Miles Sanders is the gadget type running back. You know what I mean? He's got some tools in the shed. You know, he knows, you know, he's got really good jump cut ability. And then you have Boston Scott that, you know what I mean, you just put him in open space and he can run around defenders like it's nothing, okay? And it's pretty damn unfair. So I like Boston Scott. I really do. I was a big fan of Boston Scott coming on, you know, when the Eagles signed him, and, you know, not really getting his chance. You know what I mean? Not really getting his chance. But he got his chance, and he lit it up pretty damn well. That Giants game was absolutely amazing. You know, I know we didn't use him much more after that. I know during the year, obviously we had 2 running backs. Obviously, Doug or, Deuce was kind of putting the guys he thinks that were going to go in and do well. You know what I mean? But I think Boston Scott has a very big future here. I don't know what he has on his contract left. I don't know. I think he's, he might get a little bit of a bigger contract if he has a better year this year. Okay, so I don't know if he has one more year or whatnot. I didn't check that before I did this video, but if you guys want to remind me in the comment section, please comment in the comment section how many more years he has on his contract, which is dirt cheap, of course, because technically he's getting practice squad money right now. So, I would keep him happy, maybe give him a little bit of a raise, keep him happy a little bit, nothing crazy. But Boston Scott is going to be a very intricate part of this offense, okay, with Miles Sanders, okay. And Boston Scott reminds me of Darren Sproles in so many ways. It's like when we traded Darren Sproles, we traded a 5th round pick to get Darren Sproles here. The Saints thought his career was over, and he did a lot for us, guys, especially on special teams. I think our special teams have been pretty damn bad. They've been bad since 2014. We haven't really had a good special teams in a long time. So Boston Scott on kick returns, on punt returns. They haven't really had, actually, no, he's not even on the punt return game. He's mostly in kick returns. So, you know what? I think Boston Scott's a dog. He really is. And I can't wait to see him in this offense with all these other weapons that we're going to have. Our offense is not complete yet. We're still at like 60%. We're not 100% complete on offense. Free agency was a defensive free agency for us. And I'm glad they actually, I'm actually glad that they did defense in this free agency because we really needed it. So, offensively, that backfield, I think we're pretty much set with that 1-2 punch, but we need that bruiser back. Obviously, I think they're going to go the cheap route and see what these other guys could do and bring to the table, which I wouldn't mind because, honestly, who's really left out there to sign? You know what I mean? So, other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about Boston Scott, and I will see you guys later. Shake squad up. Fly, fly.